Will this still be like the fare to travel around this? Will it be like a toll road type fare? Will it just be a typical public transport fare?
So this will become the busiest train line on our metropolitan train
But just a
system,
normal
and it'll be a
Mikey
normal Mikey fare. That's
Right.
You can't have it priced so that people don't use it. This has got to be at the best possible value in order to get people where they want to go, and that's how you get 200,000 cars off the road every day. And Tom, 400,000 people are expected to use this, so it will be without a shadow of a doubt the busiest line of all the lines in our public transport system.
Given that the component that goes from Cheltenham right up to Melbourne Airport is all underground, as you say, through tunnels, will the trains be particularly fast?
Well, we'll have a bit more to say about travel time and some of the details of the project around those issues quite soon. We would anticipate the best of technology, so the best and brightest new trains, those that can move rapidly, those that can get you where you need to go. As it is at the moment, if you just extend train lines, if you extend roads, you're just extending the problem. You need to connect people to where they want to go. This is hospitals, schools, employment centres, TAFE colleges. This is where people want to go. And when you look at a map, you think to yourself, well, this is pretty obvious. This should have happened decades ago.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, I said at the start of the program that Melbourne's public transport was built on a hub and spoke model, and the idea that you live out in the suburbs, you come into close to the CBD. At the end of the day, you go home again. And this, of course, is different. It's the rim of the wheel around the spokes. But who is this really aimed at? So, are we saying to someone, okay, you might live in Cheltenham, and you might study at Monash, so this is for you. Or you might live in Faulkner and want to go shopping at Doncaster.
You might live in Broadmeadows but want to study whatever your degree is at Monash in Clayton. In fact, because three of these hubs, Sunshine, Broadmeadows and Clayton, they'll be super stations where regional passengers can get on and off as well. So it's about regional passengers being able to get to where they need to get to without going anywhere near the CBD. You can't do that now.
Have we done the work yet on how much demand there is from people to commute from sort of one middle to outer suburb from another middle to outer suburb? Because again, it's not aimed at inner city people who need to go to Doncaster. It is aimed at someone who, say, lives in the northern suburbs like Faulkner and wants to go to Doncaster without going via the CBD.
Well, we just ticked over 5 million people yesterday. We're headed towards 8 million by 2051. We're going to be Australia's biggest city. So we're not going to stop growing anytime soon. And if we just rely upon an outdated, as you said, radial hub and spoke model, or a road network that's getting pretty congested now, if we don't do something big and bold and different, although, as I said before, when you look at the map, it just makes sense. This is exactly what should have been there many, many years ago. We've had Development Victoria look at this very closely.
Development Victoria.
Which are an agency that we established a couple of years ago.
Is that the same as Infrastructure Victoria?
Similar in that it looks both at infrastructure but also some of the development opportunities as well. PwC, obviously a very big consultancy accounting house, have had a look at this for us also, and my department, the Department of Premier and Cabinet, together with others. Experts have gone through this to get past that first hurdle. Does it stack up? The answer to that is clearly yes.
So you've actually got some studies from the likes of PwC
Absolutely.
that say, yes, this makes sense.
There's a very important strategic overview, if you like. So that first hurdle, that's the best part of 12 months' work. Can you do it? Does it stack up? Yes. Now we provide, just like Metro Tunnel, $300 million to do all the engineering, the soil testing, the design work. And that work begins day one if we're re-elected on the 24th of November. And then we'll have construction underway for that Cheltenham to Box Hill section in 2022. And that, just to remind your listeners, we aim to have the airport rail link section underway in 2022 as well. So if you like, starting from both ends, that's how you create thousands of jobs and get on and get this done. I will not be being interviewed by you, Tom, or perhaps anyone when this gets finished. I won't be the Premier when this gets finished.
Well, I might be dead.
Well, I don't know. Well, I certainly hope not. But I will not be the Premier when this thing gets finished. But if we are re-elected, I'll be honoured to be the Premier who gets it started, and that's what's most important.